What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm showing you how to build an elegant Cabriole leg table from scrap wood for practically free. This project is perfect for beginners or pros looking for a stylish build on a budget. If you love saving money and working with reclaimed wood, then this one's for you. I start out on the table saw ripping down the pieces I'll need for the tabletop and apron. This wood was originally part of an old shelf, and I recently scored a ton of it for free. For this build, I'm making the apron strips 1 3/4 inches wide, and the tabletop will be 17 3/4 by 12 inches. Once the strips are ripped, I head over to the miter saw to cut them to length. For this small table, I need 2 pieces at 9 inches and 2 at 13 3/4 inches. To assemble everything, I'm using good old wood glue and brad nails. The short pieces will attach to the ends of the long pieces, and when it's finished put together, it should form a 9 by 15 inch rectangle. With the apron complete, I grab my slide rule and I mark 1 3/8 inches from each corner of the tabletop. This is where the apron will be positioned. Now you can make your apron any size you like, as well as your tabletop. I just did this smaller version more as a demo to kind of get the hang of making the legs and the actual building of the table. I do, however, feel this will be used as a child's play table or a plant stand. Let me know in the comments below what you would use it for. Sometimes on these brainstorm ideas that I have, I come up with another idea on the way to the finish line. So I decided to get the router out and go ahead and round over both sides of the tabletop now, instead of after I put the apron on. So using a 1/2 inch round over router bit, I just go around the edges real fast with the DeWalt router and just round them over on both sides so it kind of has that rounded look top and bottom. Then I pick up my sanding block and just sand the edges down smooth. You don't have to do a lot of sanding here, but you know, just get it as smooth as you like now. Just be a lot less cleanup to do later. So now with a shortened drill bit, I'm marking drill pilot holes where the L brackets will be mounted. I was originally going to countersink into the apron, but the table is small and I had a pile of these brackets left over from a closet mod I built for someone. So I just used what I had, same as always. I put one on both sides of the apron at the center position and tighten them down with an angled driver bit. I flip the piece over and run a bead of wood glue around the edge of the apron with the brackets mounted, and I set it in place on the bottom of the tabletop. I check my measurements and then just drill the pilot holes kind of shallow to hold it in place. Once it's in place, I check my measurement again, and being satisfied with it, I put a bracket at both ends also in the center position. Be careful that you don't drill all the way through your table. And be careful not to over tighten so that you don't strip out the holes or grind out the head of the screw. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for, the legs. I take out some already ripped pallet runners and just rip them down to 1.5 by 1.5 inches. These old pieces are trash to some, but treasure to a woodworker. Back to the miter saw, I cut the pieces apart and then cut them down to 10 inches, removing any holes or damage that I can see. They can be filled in later, but if I can cut them off now, it'll save me a lot of time during my finishing process. Using a makeshift pattern I drew out from watching online and doing a lot of research, I marked the pieces that will become the legs for this project. I marked the first side on the best looking face and then just rotate the piece once to the right and mark the same thing on that side as well. Now to the bandsaw. I cut up to the line and take my time moving around from one end to the other, not over forcing the piece on the blade. The curves aren't that sharp, so if you're a beginner with access to a bandsaw, these shouldn't be too difficult for you to get right. Remember, it's only scrap wood and mistakes are okay and will be made. So take your time and just make your cuts. Now with the first cuts made, I use tape and I put the piece back together. Then I just turn it over and cut the same exact thing on the other side, taking my time and being sure the pieces don't shift against each other while I'm cutting. If your tape is too dark, you may need to redraw some of the lines. I highly recommend using the beige masking tape because of its see-through ability, but I was out of it that day, and again, I'm always one to use things that I have on hand. With this cut made, remove the tape. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky, but once you see it, your oh yeah light will come on. Separate the two halves. Now on each half, cross one piece over the other piece, and it should look like this. Now pick up the two halves and place them back to back. Congratulations, you've just made your first Cabriole style leg. Now technically it's not a true Cabriole leg because of the thickness of it, but in an upcoming video I'll show you exactly how I make a true Cabriole leg. Now most table legs mount in the corner of the apron and the apron itself butts up against it, but I want my apron to sit in the leg, so this part on the leg will have to be removed. Measuring down 1 3/4 inches, I carefully just remove this piece, trying not to let the blade on the miter saw break it off. Go real slow here and don't force it, and hopefully yours will look like this when it's put back together. For the glue up, I like to split the pieces into two halves. Cross one piece over the other piece and then apply glue. I like to do these in halves and then glue up the halves later. It is possible, however, to glue all 4 pieces together at the same time. And you can also use brad nails here and just cover the holes with wood filler. The choice is up to you. If I'm not in a hurry though, I just let them dry on their own, and I install a few clamps and set them aside while the glue cures. So go ahead and repeat the remaining half and set it aside as well. So now that the glue has dried, I glue the two halves together and just reapply the wood clamps. It's not rocket science here, but make sure you get a good even coat on one side and be sure to wipe out any of the squeeze out that you might see. Once you get the two halves even, apply the wood clamps. A special tip here is use some salt or some sandpaper grit or sand or some other type of abrasive, and it can help the pieces stay together and not slide around when you apply the clamps. It doesn't take much, just apply it to the glue side of your project and just put them together and then install your clamps. When the glue has dried, give them all a good sanding. Clean up any squeeze out that may have dried, or wood filler if you patched any of the old nail holes or maybe some cracks may have appeared in between the pieces. I like to especially knock off some of the sharp edges whenever possible. Those things can really get your attention, especially when you're walking barefoot in the dark. I'm once again using the DIY downdraft table indoors, and you can see that build here if you are interested. So far I have enjoyed using it, and it keeps the shop pretty tidy. It's not 100% foolproof, but it does keep down the dust, so I use it often when I can't be outside. Using a 3/8 of an inch plug cutter, I cut out several plugs to hide my screw holes. Try to not go all the way through, or you may have to do a lot of digging to get the plug out of the bit. Once I have enough, I just pop them out of the board with a screwdriver or a pocket knife, and then I'm ready for the assembly. To attach the legs, I mark on the table where the apron edges are, and then I like to just drill a small pilot hole. I apply wood glue inside of the leg piece we cut off earlier, and using my quick flip and wood glue, I countersink my holes and run in a screw. I apply glue to the plugs that I cut, and I just set them in place with a hammer. Note to self, using shorter plugs will ensure there's nothing to cut off later. Some of mine were just a little too long, but I will cut them off with a handsaw and then just hit them with an orbital sander. Moving on, I just continue to each corner, drilling a pilot hole and countersinking, running my screws, and then installing the wood plugs. You could go back later and do your wood plugs, but I was kind of just enjoying the day and not really thinking about being in a hurry, so I just did them as I was at each corner instead of having to come back later and install them. Here you can see what I was referring to about marking the edges of the apron boards on the tabletop. This really helps to not miss the board when drilling the pilot hole through the leg. On this side, I made sure that all of my little wood plugs were short enough before knocking them in. I didn't want to have to cut down all 8. Not that it's a huge problem, but if I can correct mistakes as I see them, it really makes for a smoother finish. Moving to the end of the build, it's really starting to shape up, and I'm still trying to decide on staining or a color to paint it. What do you think? Post in the comments below what you would do, and I'll let you know which suggestion I go with. With the final plug installed, I cleaned them up with an orbital sander, and I cut off any of the excess that's sticking out of the hole using my pull saw. It worked great, and I finished up the rest of the table just by hand sanding using a sanding block and some lighter grit sandpaper. And there it is, ready for its final finish. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Remember to let me know in the comments what stain or color you would use, and like and subscribe on your way out. Do what you do and enjoy doing it, and I'll see you on the next one.